So now, as you can see, this is the power jack. Okay, this is the fuse, as you can see here, the fuse near to the power jack, as you can see, and other protection components. So this is a fuse. Here we have the switch, the first switch, the second switch, the diode, as you can see. This is the diode, the Zener diode. This is for protection. And here we have two coils, as you can see, and two capacitors. And here, as you can see, this is a fuse with 0 above it, a fuse. So all these components are for protection. Okay, so among the common faults is a bad component in the protection stage, because this component is made to protect the whole motherboard from a high voltage or a high current. Here also, as you can see, always you will find a diode in the protection components. So as you can see, this is the power jack connector. Here we have the diode. As you can see, this is the diode. Always the diode is a protection, an important protection component in every motherboard, because one side of the diode, the anode, is connected to the ground and the cathode is connected to the power rail. When there is a problem, the diode will be shorted to the ground in order to protect the whole motherboard. Here we have the Zener diode, as you can see. Here this is two coils, okay? Two coils, as you can see. Okay, all these components are for protection. In every motherboard, you will find near to the power jack the protection components. The protection components is made to protect the motherboard from a high voltage or a high current. Okay, so you will find diodes, sometimes fuses, coils, capacitors, etc. Okay. So let's see this motherboard also, as you can see. So this is the power jack connector here. For this motherboard, the power jack is connected to a cable and then to this connector, as you can see. So here we have many components. So let's find out the diode. Always the diode is the main component in the protection components. So as you can see here, so here this is the power connector, as you can see. Okay, and near to power connector we have the diode, as you can see. Okay, the diode is for protection. When there's a problem in the voltage or current, the diode will be shorted to the ground and then protect the other components and other circuits. Okay, here we have two coils, as you can see. Always or usually you will find coils near to the power connectors and the diode, of course. Sometimes you can find the fuse, etc. Okay, so the protection component, especially the diode or the fuse, are one of the common faults in laptop motherboards. So let's check this motherboard also. You will see the same working principle. As you can see, the power jack is connected to this motherboard via a cable. This is the power connector, okay? The power connector, as you can see, that contain, here we have switches, two switches, and of course we have the diode. Always you will find the diode. One side of the diode is connected to the ground, okay, and the other side is connected to 19 volts or 20 volts depending on the type of the laptop. Okay, so one side is connected to the power rail and the other side is connected to the ground. When you have a problem, a high voltage or a high current, the diode will be shorted directly to the ground and then prevent other circuits from damage. So as you can see, so this is the diode, always a black component. A rectangle black component is the diode. As you can see, we have D21, the reference for this diode. As you can see, this part is connected. As you can see, always the anode part is connected to the ground and the cathode or the negative part is connected to the power rail. So among the common fault in laptop motherboards is a shorted diode or a bad fuse in the power circuit, okay, near to the power jack or near to the power jack connector. Always when you get a bad motherboard or a no power laptop, you should check the components near to the power jack or near to the power jack connector, especially the diode, fuse, coils, Zener diode, etc. Okay, so as you can see here, this is the power jack. As you can see, this is one of the most failure that you can encounter in the laptops. Okay, as you can see here, the back of the power jack, we have two terminals, negative and positive terminal. So as you can see, always near to the power jack you will find some components, the protection components, like a fuse, for example. Okay, as you can see, this is the fuse here. Okay, so and switches. Okay, so always near to the power jack you will find protection components. Okay, so the back of the power jack or in the other side, here we have the terminals or pins. You should always check the soldering. The soldering should be good. Okay, if there is a dry in any pin or terminal, you should make another solder. Okay, so as I told you, the power jack is among the common faults of failed laptops. So as you can see, to make a new solder, you can just use the soldering arrow and the solder, okay, to make a good contact. So here, as you can see, this is another motherboard, but this time the power jack is connected to a cable. As you can see, it's not connected to the motherboard directly. As you can see, here we have the connector instead of the power jack. Okay, so as you can see, this is the power jack. Okay, as you can see, here we have two terminals, the positive and in the sides the negative terminal. Here we have the cable. So for this kind of power jack, you should check the cable. Okay, using the multimeter you can check the continuity of these cables. As you can see, two red cables and two black cables. So the black cables for the ground and the red cables, of course, for the 19 volts or 20 volts in accordance with the type of the laptop. So as you can see, this is the first pin here. Always the first pin is marked with a triangle. So here we have switches, as you can see, two switches. Okay, and near always to the power jack or to power jack connector you will find a protection components. This is another motherboard where we have the same working principle. This is a power jack that is connected to a cable. Okay, the same working principle. To check this kind of power jack, you should check the power jack itself and the cables or the extension. Here we have two red wires and two black wires for ground. So for this kind of connector, it contains 5 terminals, but just 4 terminals and are worked, as you can see. Okay, 2 terminals are connected to the black wires and 2 other terminals are connected to the red wires, but the middle terminal is not used, as you can see, not connected. So if you can understand one motherboard, you can repair and understand any other motherboard, because the working principle in the laptop motherboards is the same. Okay, so here we have another motherboard. Of course, I will show you many motherboards in order to go deeper into understanding the motherboards. Here we have a power jack for this motherboard. This is an old motherboard. Okay, here as you can see, we have the positive terminal connected to the motherboard, as you can see. So in the other side, as you can see, we have the terminals. Okay, you should always check the soldering or the solder state. If you find a dry in any terminal, you should apply a new solder. Okay, of course using the soldering iron. So for this power jack, it seems that it is good, but basically this power jack for this motherboard is bad. Okay, so as you can see, the switch, always you will find the switch near to the power jack, the switch or the MOSFET, okay, that let the power to pass to the whole motherboard. So as you can see, for this power jack, it is burned out, as you can see in the picture. That's why I told you this is a bad power jack. It is a burned power jack. So the power jack is one of the most common faults in the laptop. You should always check the power jacks. Especially when you get a dead laptop, you should check the power jack first. Okay, of course, after the adapter. So here, as you can see, this is the adapter. So we're going to check the adapter. So the adapter among the common faults in a failed laptops. So if you have a failed laptop, you should first check the adapter using the multimeter. Because if the adapter is not okay, the laptop cannot be operated. So to check the adapter, you should just put the black probe of the multimeter in the negative terminal and the red probe in the positive terminal. So to use the multimeter, you should set the multimeter to the DC voltage option, okay? And of course, you should always select the higher value. If you have, for example, an adapter with 19 volts, you should choose 20 volts. But if you have an adapter with 20 volts or more, you should choose 200 volts and so on. Okay, so you should always choose the higher voltage or the higher value. So put the black probe in the negative terminal and the red probe in the positive terminal to check the adapter. And of course, there is a pin, or the third terminal is to charge the battery. Okay. And of course, you should always pay attention to the specification that is marked over the adapter. Especially when you want to change your adapter, you should change it with another adapter with same characteristics. If, for example, the adapter is a 19 volt adapter, you should change it with a 19 volt adapter. So for example, for this adapter, as you can see, we have 19 volt DC and 4.74 amps. Okay. So always you should pay attention to the output of every adapter. Okay. For example, for this adapter, we have here 19 volt. You should measure 19 volt using the multimeter.